To welcome to the conference Ryan McMullen. Ryan, please say a few words.
Good morning, conference. My name is Ryan McMullen. I'm a Labour Party member from Edinburgh. I am passionate about disability equality and participation within our society. During a recent internship at Holyrood with Rhoda Grant and Jenny Mara, I interviewed other disabled Labour members. From this, I created a report about increasing the participation of disabled people within our party. Kezia generously gave me her time earlier this month to chat about the report and its recommendations. I believe it has been positively received and will be used in future consultations. I know that disabled people can play a vital part in rebuilding the party, making us even stronger, by bringing new fresh ideas and solutions to the table. Conference, we are now going to watch a short film about how the party is looking to increase equal representation opportunities within the party. Enjoy.
Of the Scottish Labour Party, I made a pledge that 50% of our candidates going into the next Scottish Parliament election would be women. I'm really pleased to report that we've surpassed that.
So we're live at the Scottish Labour Conference at the Glasgow Science Centre. We've just had delegates telling us about their big ideas for the party ahead of the Scottish election in May. The next item on the agenda is a campaign briefing. We'll hear from Alex Rowley, who is the Deputy Leader of the Scottish Labour Party, and Brian Roy, who is the Scottish General Secretary. This afternoon, Alan Johnson, the leader of the Labour In for Britain campaign, that's Labour's pro-EU campaign ahead of the referendum. He'll address delegates. We'll also have Owen Smith, the Shadow Secretary of State for Work and Pensions, speaking later. We're expecting him to talk at some stage about the resignation of the Secretary for Work and Pensions, Ian Duncan Smith, late last night, a shock resignation in which he attacked the government's spending cuts for disabled people. The main event this afternoon will be the keynote address from Kezia Dugdale, the Scottish Labour leader. We're expecting her to argue that NHS here in Scotland is facing a crisis. She'll point to GP practices struggling to recruit, and she'll say that £1 billion has been cut from general practices under the SNP government. She'll also make a pledge that is likely to be central to the election campaign. That's that Scots will be guaranteed an appointment at their local surgery within 48 hours if Labour is in government at Holyrood. She'll also seek to put questions over who will stop cuts in Scotland at the heart of her message, saying it's not inevitable that some people in Scotland are rich and some people in Scotland are poor. So, as I say, the next item of business is the campaign briefing. The central message that Labour is getting over at this conference is real change now. They've argued on numerous occasions now that the Scottish Parliament is about to get some real powers over issues like tax and welfare, and Kezia Dugdale, the Scottish Labour leader, wants to use those powers to mitigate some of the decisions made at Westminster. It's likely she'll address some of that in her speech this afternoon as well. One person who won't be appearing at the conference this weekend is Jeremy Corbyn, the UK Labour leader. He's for the first time in 25 years, a UK leader won't be addressing the party Scottish conference. Sources in the Scottish Labour Party say that they want the focus to be on Kezia Dugdale and on her message ahead of the Scottish election. And they were concerned that any appearance by Jeremy Corbyn might take some of the attention off that Scottish message. It's likely to be a tough election for the Scottish Labour Party. polls have suggested, and they're only polls, so we need to take them with a pinch of salt, that the SNP are on course for another large victory on the 5th of May. One poll this morning, and again, it is only one poll, suggested that the Conservatives may get more seats than the Scottish Labour Party. But this weekend is an opportunity for the party to make its pitch and argue that it can provide an alternative vision for Scotland. And we're about to hear more about that alternative motion during this campaign briefing
can I thank
session.
Ryan, on behalf of all of us, for the hard work that he's put into producing that report. And Ryan, let me give you an undertaking on behalf of the Scottish Executive of the Labour Party that we will seek to implement all of the recommendations which you have made. You know, Michael Foot used to talk about the red badge of socialist courage, and I think we should award the red badge of socialist courage to Ryan McMullen this morning on behalf of the Scottish Labour Party. I think Leah's going to pick a couple more contributors.